I want you to follow me carefully. What I'm going to talk about tonight is probably the most important message you would ever hear about you. Everything God has done in His redemptive work is about you. So I want to talk to you about keys to discovering your kingdom destiny. Write it down. Keys to discovering your kingdom destiny. This is for everyone. I want to focus for the next few moments on understanding the meaning for your existence. No human being on earth, 7.1 billion of us, is a mistake. Not one of us is a mistake. We were sent here specifically to do something valuable. That means God had something that needed to be done that made you necessary. God created nothing for entertainment. He created nothing even for beauty. Even though what He created may be beautiful, it was not for beauty. Even the colors of the flowers that you pick and put in your home, the colors really are not for beauty. I discovered in my research that certain insects can only see certain colors. So God designed the color in the flower to attract only one specific type of insect. So that color has a purpose. And most of us don't know our own purpose on earth. So I want to give you 5 questions to write down that you must answer if you are going to be successful on this planet. 5 questions. Write them down. Don't forget them. These 5 questions are so important that they control the entire world. Everything that every human does on earth is motivated by these 5 questions. The poorest man sleeping under the bridge is trying to answer these 5 questions. The wealthiest man living in the palace is struggling with these 5 questions. Every race, every creed, every ethnic group, and every culture is fighting over these 5 questions. These 5 questions control the whole world. They actually create industry. These 5 questions create the fashion world. These 5 questions develop entertainment worlds. These 5 questions wake you up every morning. These are the questions that produce corrupt leaders. These are the questions that produce people who abuse their own lives and abuse other people. These 5 questions control politicians, presidents of countries, and prime ministers. These 5 questions control pastors. These 5 questions control young people on the street selling their bodies. It's because of these 5 questions that young people take drugs and sleep together without marriage. These 5 questions are so powerful that they cause the destruction of war in the world. What are these 5 questions? Number 1, write it down. Who am I? Who am I? It's a difficult question to answer. The second question that controls the human race is, where am I from? Where did I come from? What is my source? Some say you came from a monkey. Others say you came from a salamander that crept up on the rock 6 million years ago and became a tadpole and became a frog, which also became a monkey that became a man. Some believe that. The third question every human is battling with is, why am I here? It's a tough question. The average human being does not know why they're on planet Earth. They wake up every morning, go into a job they hate, working with people they don't like, getting paid less than they're worth, and dying too young from frustration because they don't know why they exist. The fourth question every human must answer is, what can I do? Write it down. What can I do? The average human on earth have no idea about their ability. 90% of the human population will die and never achieve more than 10% of their true ability. This is a tragedy. And the last question every human must answer is, where am I going? What is my destination? Everyone wants to know, what is my future? Where am I going in the next 20 years, 40 years? What will I be when I am 75 or 82? What is my destiny? And these 5 questions are frustrating the human race. It is these 5 questions that changed my life. Because these 5 questions are the questions that I couldn't answer. And when I was 13 years old, I began to read the Bible for myself. My father was a Baptist pastor, and he couldn't help me with the 5 questions. I went to a church and became religious and never got a question answered. So I decided to search for it myself. And I picked up the Bible at age 13, very young, teenager, and I began to read the book of Matthew. And the book of Matthew led me to the book of Mark. And then I read the book of Luke, and I memorized the book of John, and my whole life as a teenager exploded. I became like an adult before time because I learned principles that adults didn't even know. And by the time I was 17 years old, I was the most famous teenager in my country because of the Bible I memorized. And it was during those years that I began to grapple with these 5 questions. Who am I? Where am I from? Why am I here? What am I really capable of doing? And where am I going? And I discovered that the greatest tragedy in life is not death. There's something worse than death. The greatest tragedy in life is life without a purpose. Nothing is worse than being alive and not knowing why. Breathing oxygen and eating food and getting energy and don't know why you have it. This is a tragedy. To live for 80 years and still didn't know why you were here, that's a tragedy. Without a purpose, life has no meaning. It has no sense of destiny, no sense of precision. Actually, purpose is the 3rd question. Why am I here? And this is the frustration of all humans.